a Wikividi Documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Flatbush Zombies. Flatbush Zombies is an American hip-hop group from the Flatbush section of Brooklyn, New York City, formed in 2010. The group is composed of rappers Meechy Darko, Zombie Juice, and Eric R. Elliott, with Elliott also serving as their regular record producer. The trio are part of the East Coast hip-hop movement known as Beast Coast, which also consists of fellow Brooklyn-based rap groups The Underachievers and Pro Era. Flatbush Zombies have collaborated with various artists, including RZA, ASAP Mob, Zed Breezy, Jim Jones, Juicy J, Danny Brown, Action Bronson, Mr. Motherfucking Choir, and Anthony Flamia among others. They have performed at music festivals such as the Hudson Project, Chmlia, Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival, Pemberton Music Festival, Afropunk Festival, Ollie Mac Sesh, Paid Dues, North Coast Music Festival, SXSW, Roskilde, Rolling Loud in Miami and most recently Wireless in London. The group grew in popularity through 2 mixtapes and several music videos, leading to their debut studio album, 3001, A Laced Odyssey, in 2016. Background and formation. Friends since grade school, all 3 members were born and raised in the Flatbush section of Brooklyn, New York City and are of Jamaican descent. One of the first things Dimitri Sims, Antonio Lewis and Eric Elliott bonded over was the Japanese anime Dragon Ball Z and wrestling. During their teenage years, they began experimenting with psychedelic drugs, such as psilocybin mushrooms and LSD. Zombie Juice, along with fellow Flatbush native Isa Gold of the Underachievers, specifically started looking into the indigo lifestyle. Meechy Darko said the first time doing mushrooms his ego died and had a sort of rebirth of conscience. Mixtapes and rise in popularity, 2010, 2013. Eric R. Elliott, who had been making his own solo music, decided to bring the group together musically around 2010. Their first club performance took place in 2012, at 307 in Waterloo. The group's popularity grew after releasing the Thug Waffle video on YouTube. Later in the year, Flatbush Zombies released their debut mixtape, titled DRUGS, which stands for Death and Reincarnation Under God's Supervision. In 2012, Flatbush Zombies were featured on the song Just Blowin' in the Wind with Wu-Tang Clan's RZA for the soundtrack to RZA's film The Man with the Iron Fists. In 2013, the group collaborated with fellow Brooklyn rap group The Underachievers on the single No Religion. On July 29, 2013, Flatbush Zombies released a YouTube video announcing their second mixtape, Better Off Dead, which was released at 9:11 p.m. on September 11, 2013. Along with Miraz, the singles Palm Trees and 222 are included on the 19-track mixtape Better Off Dead. Though Elliott is the main producer, Harry Fraud and Bay City also provide production on the mixtape. Danny Brown and Action Bronson appear on the tracks Drug Parade and Club Soda, respectively. The mixtape was met with critical acclaim. It would end up being ranked at number 17 on XXL's list of the best mixtapes of 2013. A remixed version of My Team Supreme featuring Badiga Bams was featured in NBA Live 15. Flatbush Zombies also released the video for Miraz, a track off the group's mixtape Better Off Dead. Clockwork Indigo in 3001, A Laced Odyssey, 2014-2018. On February 13, 2014, Flatbush Zombies released a new song, Lit. Flatbush Zombies revealed to XXL that their extended play, It's All a Matter of Perspective, had been scrapped. Instead, the group told XXL to expect an album this year. In September 2014, it was announced that Flatbush Zombies would be touring with fellow Brooklyn-based rap group The Underachievers, and they would be collectively known as Clockwork Indigo. The 2 groups subsequently released a collaborative song titled Butterfly Effect, followed by an EP titled Clockwork Indigo, on October 17, 2014. They claimed that they came up with the idea of forming Clockwork Indigo from a strange LSD trip while watching A Clockwork Orange during the Clockwork Indigo concert tour. The group collectively wore white clothing, as did Alex Gang in the film A Clockwork Orange. On March 15, 2015, Flatbush Zombies released a new single on SoundCloud titled Red Eye to Paris, featuring UK grime artist Skepta. On September 11, 2015, at 9:11 p.m. EST, the group released a new single and socially charged music video on YouTube titled Blacktivist. On January 11, 2016, the group released the single Glorious Thugs. On the same day, the group announced that their debut album titled 3001, A Laced Odyssey, would be released March 11, 2016. On February 5, 2016, they released the first single from 3001, A Laced Odyssey titled Bounce, followed by the official music video on February 8. On March 10, 2016, Flatbush Zombies released the second single from the album, titled This Is It. The following day, they released the album. 3001, A Laced Odyssey received generally positive reviews from critics. At Metacritic, which assigns a normalized rating out of 100 to reviews from critics, the album received an average score of 80. Based on 7 reviews, the album sold 28,000 copies in the first week, debuting at number 10 on the US Billboard 200 chart. Vacation in Hell, 2018-present. On February 23, 2018, Flatbush released the first single off of their long-awaited second studio album, Vacation in Hell. Their project is set to be released on April 6, under Glorious Dead Recordings. Influences. The members of Flatbush Zombies have named Onyx, Eminem, Tupac Shakur, Tech Nine, Notorious B.I.G., Snoop Dogg, R. Kelly, Jimi Hendrix, Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes, Too Short, Matt Dre, Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, Eazy-E, Portishead, Coldplay, Etta James, Rick James, Slick Rick, and LL Cool J as influences. Brought to you by Wikividi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?